Hmm. No, there it goes. What is today? Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. Wednesday, September 24th, 2025. I'm eating dark chocolate. I'll tell you, dark chocolate has just been doing wonders to my body. I've been taking 78%, 85%, and I've only taken a couple of pieces of the 100%. I started off with that, and that was a weird feeling in my body. It's like I can feel the radicals running. Interesting. Um, but anyway, I'm just like tripping out because it's like I'm reverse aging in a way, and I think it's you can really tell the effects of it in your hands because that's what's really caught my attention. When I was looking down at my hand, because my hand was pretty tore up for a long, long time. Um, but anyway, I'm only saying that because I was just reading things about how they're saying certain individuals on the world stage, like in 2020, when that event that happened, the father of the vaccine, Trump, was talking about how to take something about what if you can take disinfectants. I mean, seriously, really. If anything, you'd be taking antioxidants, and that's the proper language for it. And of course, we all know he has tons of stock in those companies as well. Anyway, maybe that's what he's considered the father of the vaccine. Um, then they're talking about this uh, Tylenol or something like that. But I think it mentions on the bottom of the Tylenol, um, do not take if you're pregnant or whatever, breastfeeding. Um, Not sure, but a lot of people are mentioning that, saying in 2017 or 2016 they changed it. And then there's an article saying that they actually never did test on pregnant women, which is probably a good thing, because there's professional doctors saying, "Oh, it's not going to harm or anything or whatever." We're back into that war of what's good and what's not good. So I'm just giving out mine, and mine's dark chocolate. I mean, not my dark chocolate, but be careful. I also have seen a study that certain companies of dark chocolate have a high doses of cadmium in it and lead as well. Of course, I think there's lead in all of it, but there's just higher doses in certain brands. So you have to do your own research on that, because I'm not going to give out a name. Let's see, what else did I want to say? Oh, I know I wanted to say something. Um, Now, I tried to upload this image yesterday. Uh, See, I can see it in my vision. This whatever image is going on right here, but when I took a picture of it in the camera, um, I couldn't quite make it out. It kind of looks like a mushroom. Look at it. The top of it looks like a mushroom, and this is kind of like a stem. But I think there's actually a base in it. Interesting, right? Um, so the images that are coming out on my face and my eyes, just maybe that's too dark. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that's kind of trippy or odd? Because I do. I still don't know what to think about it. But I know consciously that it has to do with when I was at God's feet on October 19, 2020. I know that. Oh, I know what I want to tell you. Just think of God. On Facebook and stuff, they're treating Charlie as a who had to die for. He had to die for us to save us. That's what they're saying. So much for bringing people to God, because now they're worshiping Him, and they've got shirts and stuff out that says, "We are Kirk." Well, I'm not. I am a separate individual. I am not nobody else. I'm not playing anybody else's part. And then I was wondering why Charlie's parents were not there at the so-called funeral, right? And I'm like, well, who are his parents? I looked up online. His father, it doesn't show his mother's face. It has her name there, but it shows his father's face, and it says, and it, let's see if I can pull it back up and get you the name of his father. Kirk's father. Robert W. Kirk. Now, his father, Robert W. Kirk, is an architect who was involved in the construction of Trump Tower. Okay, his mother, Catherine Neesmith, is a former trader of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange who subsequently worked as a mental health counselor. Interesting, right? So they both, and you look at Erica, and there's people that did background checks on her, and they said they can't find anything from the from her pageant in Arizona, I think it was, prior to that. They said there's like nothing. They can't find anything. It's like she disappeared. And then there's a couple of decoders yesterday were showing, this is so fascinating, you guys. Let's see if I can pull one of them up, because I get more comments than normal because I'm not falling for any of this stuff. And I'm definitely not having anybody threaten me. Okay, so we go back to 100% proof. Charlie Kirk predicted 27 years before. He was what is the name of this movie? Snake Eyes. Where is it at? Go back to the beginning. Yeah, Nicolas Cage, who played Snake Eyes, and his name was Charlie Kirks or something like that in that movie, or something that similar. Well, and you look at Erica's eyes, and she's got like these yellow snake eyes, just trippy eyes, right? And there's a blonde also in this movie. So, but anyway, it's about the snake, and then Nicolas Cage also puts his hand like Trump does between his legs. He puts it in a diamond shape. Well, I've been noticing on the world stage, there's a lot of these bigwigs doing the diamond shape with their hand. Even Elon was doing it too. And that stadium floor that they had, when you can look down, when they look down on the camera, you see 666 on the floor. I mean, just think of the energy harvest that was going on there that day, and then doing it on a partial eclipse or some type of solar eclipse that was happening. But going back to, so Erica, you got her, and she's hugging on Trump like he's a daddy. And it's very interesting and weird. And so she enters this pageant, and she, no experience or nothing, no training. She just enters it and wins. Imagine that. Well, come to find out, Trump was in charge of the pageant for 2 years. He was the sponsor or something like that. So he had connections to it. So this is why I say everything that is like crap. In my opinion, I'm going independent. Like I mentioned, I don't know if I uploaded that video, where I was tricked just as well as anybody else. I was in this illusion that you have to vote for one of the others going to be, and it didn't matter who I voted for. It's all predicted. Everything is predicted to happen the way it is. So it doesn't matter about your vote. And then they got everybody in an uproar about, mail-in voting being taken and this voting. Does it really matter? Really? We can totally see that we're being... what is that? When Trump was giving that snake riddle, I think all during 2023 and 2024, riddle of the snake. You knew I was this. You knew you, or something about. You knew I was a snake. The Trump riddle. Okay, phrase Trump riddle of the snake refers to a poem or song about a deceptive snake that Donald Trump has repeatedly read at a political rally since 2016 campaign. Oh, it's been since that long. Trump used the allegory to warn against immigration, suggesting that refugees and migrants are betraying the country or country that take. Okay, where's the origins of the song? The lyrics are from a 1968 R&B hit called "The Snake." Well, let's look at that. Let's see if we can find the lyrics. And isn't that interesting? And then we've got Erica with their snake eyes, and then that movie, Snake Eyes. So let's see here. I'm going to see if I can find the lyrics. The lyrics. Generating. Al Wilson, the snake lyrics. Let's read it. On her way to work one morning, down the path alongside the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty-colored skin... Look at Erica, her pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with dew. Oh, well, she cried, I'll take you in and I'll take care of you. Oh, interesting how he takes them in and takes care of them. Like Trump, right? Okay, take me in, or oh, tender woman, come on in. Take me in, for heaven's sakes, come on in. Take me in, tender woman, sighed the snake. She wrapped him up cozy in a coverture of silk and then laid him to the fireside with some honey and some milk. Oh, interesting, right? Now she hurried home from work that night. As soon as she arrived, she found the pretty snake she'd taken in and had been revived. Take me in, oh tender woman, come on, take me in, for heaven's sakes, come on. Take me in, tender woman, sighed the snake. Now she clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in, by now you might have died. Now she stroked his pretty skin again and then kissed and held him tight. But instead of saying thanks, the snake gave her a vicious bite. And there we go. It's all highlighted, Take me in, the tender woman, come on. Then it repeats the phrase. It says, I saved you, cried the woman, and you bit me even. Why? And now you know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm gonna die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you brought me in. Please take me in, oh tender woman. Please take me in, sighed the snake. Take me in. Oh, so it just repeats it down. And you knew damn well I was a snake before you brought me in. Isn't that interesting? Because now we look on the stage. I mean, look go back and look at the pictures of the stage. It's all blood red, right? And it's got these fireworks coming up, right? But look at those fireworks as flames coming down and up, you know? And then you got to ask yourself, so Charlie got a casket and he got an American flag, right? He didn't have to serve and do any military service or nothing. He just got the full honors. He got the presidential, the whole thing, right? And then you have our military who don't even get that kind of treatment at all. It's kind of like he's spitting in the military's face. It's like, oh, he's better than you, and now he's the man of steel. Now he's died for all these people's sins, so you got to follow and worship him. I tell you, I think it's very important that we should bring this out to people and say, you know what? The snake has fooled you all. And I want to also say that we were purposely put in a program to where both choices were bad. But we're so programmed that we had to pick one of them. And actually, we didn't really have to pick any of them. If we just chose not to vote at all, they would vote themselves and it would still go the same way because it's all planned and predicted. I mean, this was predicted 27 years ago. So we know that there's other events that the Freemasons have got, and the Jews and the Jesuits or the Zionists or whatever. And again, that's where our problem is how they raise Israel up. But this Israel is not the same Israel, in my opinion, that God speaks about in the Bible. This is like the devil. It's been hijacked, just like America has been hijacked. And we're so blinded. Like I'm trying to tell my friend about this Kirk wedding. She still believes it. She doesn't believe that there was a projector, and she doesn't believe that they contaminated. It's so interesting because it's like this blind that's went over their face and their vision, and it's like blocked them from critical thinking. Either that or they just don't want to see that side of Trump. They don't want to know. I think that's what it is, that they don't want to know that their own party screwed them over. Seriously. Now, again, that was Al Green from 1968. You knew I was a snake when you invited me in, when you let me in. Probably like you voted me in. That's it. You knew he was a snake when you voted him in. And we did. We did know. We can tell it in his works coming all the way up. We know when Tesla's stuff, when he was taken out, how all of his stuff disappeared. But anyway, I think it was South Park. Let me check here real quick. South Park. They showed the devil and Jesus standoff. I think it's a standoff scene. I think this is the one because no, it's not where they fight. It's the one where Jesus tells him he's got to go, tells Satan he's got to go, and then it shows an image of Trump, a little puppet of Trump right next to Satan. He goes, I can't go. I'm carrying his baby. Like that. He goes, I have to stay a little longer. And then they have showed Jesus holding a pregnant stick. And he just looks, and it shows Trump and Satan walking off. I'm like thinking, my goodness. So, and then I also want to mention how, remember the last 4 years, the Democrats were trying to take our rights and freedom of speech and everything away. Well, now look at the Republican Party. They're doing the exact same thing. They're taking people's rights away. They're telling them they can't speak this, they can't speak that, they can't do this, they can't do that. They're being fired. They're being turned in. They're canceling programs. All this when we already know that this was a psyop. This was flat out bad acting. But anyway, that's all I got to say. But anyway, be careful out there, you guys, because there's snakes out there